Welcome back, guys, to another daily review. Friday, the 26th of September today. So today was quite easy in my opinion. I called this out from the very start of my live stream. So, as you can see here, we had this 4-hour gap which we just tapped into at the start of the session, or just pre-market, which I wanted to see tapped into and rejected from, which is what happened. So we rejected from this gap. This is where we were at market open here. So we're down here, about to invest this 15-minute. We never did. We held this 15-minute. If we go down to the 1-minute time frame, off of open, we got this massive dump off of open, which was here. Dump down V-shape, and we left behind this trend line liquidity. Well, we already had the trend line liquidity, then we respected it for a fourth time here, off of our open dump. So this was my draw on liquidity for the day. I'm bearish on the high time frame because we've got this this market maker sell model right now. So I want this low on like sort of the daily and weekly time frame. I want this low to be hit. So yeah, we tapped into that 4-hour. We had the little pullback, so I was definitely bearish. And my draw on liquidity for the session was this 15-minute unmitigated bullish fair value gap. So this was my draw on liquidity for today's session. And then we had this chop straight off a market open. So we had 10 a.m. news, which definitely did seem to fuel us in hindsight. We had this chop sort of inside of this range after we got this big V-shape of open. And I said to my viewers in chat, we're probably waiting for 10 a.m. news before we do expand. And as you can see, we got the expansion. So we had the SMT here. Let's jump into the trade I took and why. So I had the SMT here with the ES. ES had swept this high right here. NQ, as you can see, hadn't. So obviously, you know my draw on liquidity, this trend line liquidity, and this 15-minute unmitigated bullish fair value gap. So we had this fair value gap here. I wanted to see an entry onto this bullish fair value gap. However, we didn't inverse. We closed slightly above, so now I'm thinking, okay, so we can still get in this position. We just have another fair value gap down here. So we then came down, inversed this fair value gap, and this is where I entered into the trade. I entered short here. Now, for better risk reward, I could have entered here, but a lot of times, over the last couple of weeks, I've been getting stopped out because we've been pulling back and then going. So I put my stop loss for a 50-point risk, and I had a hard stop at the high, and I would have closed out if we closed back above this fair value gap here, but I wanted to have a wider stop just because of our price action had been moving this last couple of weeks. So I scaled most of my position here, and then I left the rest of my position to run down to the bottom of this trend line liquidity right there. So that is where my full TP was for 115 points. So I scaled most of my position here to guarantee a nice profit on this trade, and then scaled the rest off at this low. So obviously great momentum, 2 massively bearish candles. We did actually deliver out of a 5-minute fair value gap at the top of the range here, as you can see. So that was an extra confluence to this trade. Delivering out of the 5-minute, major SMT at the highs. Great momentum, blasted through these fair value gaps, hard stop loss at the high, or a close back above these fair value gaps. You could have also entered on this 1 minute as well. Entered on that candle close, because obviously that's the fair value gap that was holding price back. But I was confident in this move. This is what I'd been looking for all morning. Called this out all morning in my Discord, so I was not hesitant or waiting for the extra inverse there. This was my stop loss to break even. So moved to break even when we hit this. Thankfully, we never got ticked out, and price ran all the way down to our final take profit. So this is kind of a daily review and the trade recap all in one. So I'm also going to mention this long here that I liked afterwards. So had we have not got an entry down to this low, I would have wanted a long out of this gap, back up to maybe the 50% of this range. Unfortunately, we did not get this 2-minute close. It closed way too high, and obviously I'd just taken a huge win, so I was not going to force an entry here. The close was obviously up there. The only thing you could have taken here was combining these 30-minute gaps and taking the 30-minute inverse. for a 1R, and then take profit would have been this 5-minute fair value gap. So yeah, that was today. Really good price action today. Really good price action. It's been a very tough week in terms of price action, but today was an exception to that rule. Really predictable, in my opinion. You could see we're delivering out this 4-hour gap. Big SMTs with ES, massive bearish SMTs with ES. Really nice draws on liquidity below. So it was a really nice day. Really predictable day, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought to this. Make sure to join my Discord if you're watching this on YouTube. Join my Discord. The link will be in my description for that. And yeah, see you guys in my Discord. Any questions, feel free to DM me or just put it simply in my Discord. And good job to all my VIP members who caught this, as pretty much everyone in the stream did catch this move, so good job. And I'll see all of you guys in the next one.